very quiet out here. Early in the morning. Beautiful time early in the morning. You know? Everybody's sleeping. Are you asleep yet? By chance? I'd be falling asleep right now. My birthday the other day, over the weekend. 45, I know. Listen, sit down. No round of applause necessary. I know. 45. 45. I feel like I'm 85, if I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. I don't know what to tell you. I got hemorrhoids popping, this type of thing. Toenails, I don't even know what's going on. Changing colors, this type of thing. I got like, I don't know, kaleidoscope toenails. If I'm going to be honest with you. There's hair growing in places where hair should never grow. That's right. It's real, you know, it's exciting. Guys, I need coffee here. Can you let me have my morning coffee, please? It's gonna hurt. It goes down like razor blades. I'm here to tell you. Oh, it's like a grinder on the end of the. It's like, oh, what is my dog drinking out of this thing? There's like coffee grinds all over the thing. I don't know how this happens. That could be sludge from the oil pan on my car that I just dropped. Oh, don't ask. You have no idea. Anyhow. I gotta have this coffee. So my wife, you know, I'm taking you out to eat. I don't think I ever had a birthday where I really got what I wanted. You understand? Let's face it. Your birthday, it's like, I'm going to tell you something right now. It's all about your wife. I'm here to tell you. Or maybe just me. Just maybe in my blissful scenario. This is the only case. She like wanted to take me upstate to see the leaves turn colors. I'm like, how, what? Hard pass. I don't give a shit. I don't want to go upstate. Anyhow, that got canceled. Cause, well, we had a death in the family. My grandmother died. I know. Listen, 97 years old. I mean, we can only hope to get this far. You understand? 97? I can't even imagine what I'm going to look like at 97. I mean, what is... I'm not even going to be able to come out in public. I think my asshole is just going to be dragging on the floor. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to get like... somebody going to have to build me jeans with like a cloth sock in the back so my asshole can fall into it. I mean, forget about it. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have, I don't know, a ride at the carnival. Come see my it's Mr. Kaleidoscope feet is here. Yeah, 97 years old. You got to see his toenails. They I don't know, they're magically delicious. Guys, I know. Listen, you got something better to do? There's other things going on. Honestly, I see guys programming AI on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's great. Great job working so hard at ending human civilization. Human beings are the biggest morons alive. We're going to create AI, and that's going to be about the end of it. Because, you know something? Even with my fucking dumb brain, I can figure out that AI would annihilate us as soon as possible. The human race is the most retarded thing going today. I don't know if you've noticed that. I'm ashamed to be a part of it. I'm telling you right now. I'd rather be like, I don't know, put me in with a pack of like a gorilla somewhere. I was talking about this with my mother the other day. This woman that had the goddamn chimpanzee, right? Wasn't she giving it like red wine and Xanax? And then the thing went, you know, pardon the expression, ape shit. Okay, crazy. And ripped off a fucking face. I mean, come on. Come on, didn't it like tear her arm off and start beating her with it? Jesus Christ. And we have an expression like monkey shines? That's not cool. That's not cool. That's not monkey shines. That's what my grandfather, you know, while we're on the subject of my great-grandfather used to say that, you know. Like it's like that, knock off the monkey shines. Like monkey shines? What is this? What's next? You're going to bring out, I don't know, the fruit wagon on me? He was a huckster. In New York City, you didn't know? During the Depression, he had a fruit wagon. Oh my God! What's that? You're scrambling to find the remote to turn the TV off? I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. So can you imagine? I know exactly what happened. She's getting this monkey boozed up and like Xanaxed up. Then come on, listen, if a grown single woman has a monkey, she's having sex with the monkey. So it's just the facts. I'm here to tell you. So basically, they were sexual partners. They had to be. This is not in the news story, all right? You're hearing it here first. And the chimpanzee comes in the living room. He's like smoking cigarettes. He's like, hey, he's got the empty wine glass in his hand. He's like, hey, where's the fucking red wine and Xanax? Basically in wide open chimpanzee language. They scream, they gotta scream, right? Where's my red wine and Xanax, you dumb bitch? Before I come in there and rip your face off. How about that? Yeah, so get on it, honey. And she's like, I don't know where the red wine is. And he's like, you should have stocked up, you know? She buys like 3 cases of red wine a day. And she goes to the liquor store and the guy's like looking at her like, she's got 3 boxes of wine. And the guy's looking at her like, you're the biggest drunk in town. And she's like, oh, no, you don't understand. I have a chimpanzee. And the guy at the liquor store is like, how, what? Yeah, and I got to go buy Xanax on the street corner now for him. Yeah. Oh, this is the most chilling, chimpanzee alive. You should see him. He sits on the couch. He watches, I don't know, Get Smart. And he drinks red wine all night long. This chimpanzee had the life until she cut him back on the red wine. Then he ripped the face off. But that wasn't the only thing. Then he I don't know. The cops came. This is true, by the way. The cops came, and the cop was walking like halfway up the driveway, and this fucking chimpanzee smashed through the door of the house. It was like when they went to photograph the crime scene, there was like a gorilla print in the door like this. He comes flying through the door. The cop is like, what the fuck on planet Earth? Can you imagine you have a chimpanzee charging you? I'm the fuck out. I turn in my badge when I go home. I'm like Officer Callahan at the end of Dirty Harry. Right into a lake. I got chimpanzees charging me. I'm not having it. He went back. He ran to his cop car and tried to shut the door. The monkey ripped the door off the car. You can't write this stuff. It ripped the door. They're incredibly strong. And then, I don't know, that the cop got on the radio. He had to, like, call for backup. I mean, I hope they shot him dead. Listen, if I see a chimpanzee with, like, a woman's face hanging out of its mouth, it's, leave the taser in the car. All right, take out the shotgun at this point. Oh, I'd love to see him tase a chimpanzee. This would be like, I don't know. It'd be like static electricity from a shirt from the dryer. He'd be like, huh, what? He'd take the contacts and I'll put them in like earbuds. What are we doing? You playing music? I don't know. Oh, you were trying to shock me? That's great. Now I'm going to rip your dick off. Full speed. That's what they do. Chimpanzees, they rip your dick off. Great animal. Great animal. Yeah. Keep it as a pet. Their whole thing is they like to gnaw off your face with their square chiclet teeth. That's number one. It's like they have blunt object teeth and they're chewing. It's like, what? What's the matter? We couldn't put bowling pins in his mouth and then he could bite me? This is I'd rather get bit with sharp teeth than those like square, I don't know. They're biting you with casino dice. That's the bottom line. I'm out with these motherfucks. Yeah, let's buy one. Oh, great idea. This is an animal that rips off genitalia to completely like dehumanize you. Hey, can I get one of those? Yeah, I mean, put an extension on the house. We're going to turn half of our house into Monkey Town. This is why I can't, I want to leave planet Earth. I mean, can you at least listen? If you got to build something nice, though. I don't want to be like the first guy on Mars. You understand? Where I got to build like an oxygen generator. That would be my luck. I'd have to go there and build everything that everybody else will enjoy when they get there. Fuck you. That everybody comes up now, like they come into the hotel and there's a statue of me there. You know, the hotel. There's like waterfalls. You know. It's like Total Recall. And there's a statue of me there. And there's a plaque that says, this is the moron that allowed this to happen. Yeah. And kids are like, the dad's got his luggage and the kids are like on hoverboards and they're going past me and like the one kid sticks his gum on the statue as he goes by. Yeah, those are the motherfuckers that are going to reap the rewards of my, I put together the oxygen generator over here. It took, 5 years to do. I was working by myself. They gave me an adjustable wrench made out of titanium. You can't even use it as a hammer. That's the thing. Imagine a tool set they would send you with if you went to colonize another planet. I mean, we're talking snap-on, titanium toolbox. You know what I mean? You pull out the drawers. It's like all the tools start floating out. You're like, motherfucker, is this how it's going to be around here? Your tools are floating away. You're like, wait, no. What's the gravity on Mars? Who wants to go to this dump? It's freezing cold. And windy. God almighty. I just build a bar. That's priority number one. Listen, this is the human condition. You want to send guys up to Mars to start colonizing, all right? It's no different than pirates going out on the ocean. They filled the fucking, or this moron, Chris Columbus, right? It's no different than, they filled their boat with barrels of rum. This was priority number one. It's basically like, we have this floating bar here. Let's see what we can do. Because our wives are driving us fucking nuts. That was the bottom line. I love how Christopher Columbus is a hero. He ran away from his family. Like every man wants to. Maybe he was a hero. He's like, he knocked up another broad. His wife is going crazy. This type of thing. He said, get me on this fucking boat. He talked to the king. He said, hey, listen, I got to build a floating bar. My wife is driving me crazy. I'd rather die than be on this planet Earth. So let me at least hop on the floating bar and We'll go, I don't know, we'll go sailing to no end. They didn't even want to find land. That's the hilarious part. They said, let's go across this ocean just to get away from our wives. Hopefully we don't find land. And we just we stay on the floating bar. What do you think scurvy was? You think that was like, oh, no vitamin C? No, that was, scurvy was we ran out of booze. Basically. What do you think the first thing on their mind was when they hit America? It wasn't, oh my God, a new land. Not, oh wow, a new people. Hi guys. We here, they said, where's the fucking gold and how can we make more booze? We're out of fucking booze. You think they didn't have a moonshine still on the fucking ship? This is why I can't stand history, because they're not giving you the facts. It's amazing that you got to come here for the facts. They took the moonshine still off. They went out raping, gathering gold, killing, and then let's make some shine over here. You know? Yeah, there wasn't like they didn't build like a big banquet table and then have a turkey dinner with the Indians. This is ludicrous. Ludicrous. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I can't imagine. Guys, what am I here to tell you? I tell you right now, so my wife, get ready, we're going out to eat. For my birthday, right? She wants to take me to the fancy restaurant. I want to go to All American, to be honest with you. I have a couple quarterback. I don't need to go to the fancy restaurant. You understand? So now I got to get dressed up. I got to get on my American Eagle shirt. You understand? This type of thing. I got to put on my skinny jeans that no 45-year-old man should wear. And then look in the mirror and tell myself, I'm like, what's going on? It's completely untrue. I got to put on my Steve Madden chakas. I know, I can't even say it. It's like, men don't dress like this. You understand? Anyway, we get in the car, we drive over there, and it's this, we're late. We're late, by the way. And my wife says to me, she goes, we're running late, so she's driving like an animal. I said, honey, what's the matter? We're late. I'm like, where are we going? We're going to the very northernmost part of Long Island, okay? We live on the very, southern part of Long Island. And it's 5:30. This is rush hour traffic time. We got to be there at 5:45. Never going to happen. I even checked my navigation. I said, directions. It was like hour 15. I didn't even have the heart to tell her because her head would have exploded in the car. So I'm like, we're late. We're not getting in. This is like prestigious restaurant. You understand? We're not getting in. In my head, I already said we're going to McDonald's. Anyway, we get there late. I have to call, by the way. Oh, I have to call. You have to call. You have to call. I'm like, what? How? Wow. I got to call them and tell them we're late 3 times. I called them 3 times. I said, you know, traffic over here. They're like, name. They're like, they don't want to hear it. We're running late. A lot of traffic. You know, 110 at 5:30. Anyhow, we pull into the parking lot of this place, and I got to tell you something right now. It's right on the water. It's right on a little harbor. There's sailboats coming in. You understand? There's people with, actual great lives doing great things. It's like the guy comes in on a sailboat. I don't even know if they have an air horn. I guess not. He's got the boat shoes on, the collared shirt. I mean, take me over to my helipad so I can, fly to Manhattan now. This type of thing. You have no idea. It's just the place reeks of class. We come bombing into the parking lot in our 2010 Nissan Altima with a broken muffler. I'm like, shut it off. She parks, and then she's looking at her phone to check the time. I'm like, shut the engine off. That's number one. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. People are getting out of their cars. It's like Tom Brady and like, I don't know, Gisele Bundchen. He's like putting on the suit thing, and they're looking at my car like, oh, like, honey, I'm never coming here again. Yeah. Oh, you have no idea. I'm like, shut the car off. Shut the car. It was like Uncle Buck. Remember when she shuts the car off? It's like, and like a big, I don't know, backfire. I don't know. Not only that the front struts. I mean, we come into the parking lot. It's like, ka-kung. The front cross member slams on the sidewalk there. It's like, hey, everybody, we're here. I mean, what? Where's the Ooga horn? It's like, we're here, everybody. Yeah. Hey, I'm wearing overalls tonight. How's everybody doing? Where's the tractor pull? Anyway, we go in the fucking restaurant, and I mean, like I said, the view. Of course, I have to. She sits in the chair with the view, and I get the chair facing, I don't know, the toilet room. Like it was outside, but I'm facing the window, and she faces the. I wanted to see. I had to turn around like this to see the view. Like, oh, great view that I'm not looking at. So I'm like, you know. I'm throwing the charm on. We're having a good time. I look over. I'm like, that view is beautiful, but not as beautiful as the view I have. I know. This type of thing. It's like, you know, romantic talk. I mean, can I get a jerk under the table? Somebody? Anyhow, the waiter comes over. I love the waiters, how they rehearse everything, you understand? And you're looking at the guy like, listen, everybody else here is wealthy, you're not. And you memorize that dumb menu. I mean, get out of here. Get out of here, loser face. It's like, you're the equivalent of me in this restaurant. So stop with the, you know, the guy comes over, you know, chin in the air. Stop with all that. Stop with all that. You know, you go to your apartment tonight and you drink yourself to sleep. I mean, this type of thing. I don't know. Anyway, my wife is like, oh, I like this, but it's too expensive. It was like the most expensive thing on the menu. Some type of like, I don't know, fucking raw steak. The more expensive it is, the rawer it is. Have you noticed that? That's basically how it works. So it's like $125. I'm like, get it. I mean, how often do we go out? Should you get the damn thing? Me? T-bone steak. What are we talking about here? Let's get down to brass tacks. Don't even bring me a menu. You guys are a steakhouse, right? Just bring me a T-bone steak. Let's stop, you know, the nonsense of all reality. Let's be honest. So, yeah, it's like T-bone is my wife with the menu, holding the menu up for hours on end. It's like, and I have to explain to her every time, you know, you got to put the menu down and then they come and serve you. If they see you with the menu up, they don't come and serve because they think, well, you're a maniac that's been holding the menu for the last hour. It's just order the food. I feel like I should order the food as soon as I walk through the door. The maitre d'. Your seat's over here. Listen, T-bone steak. Medium rare. Oh, sorry, no, your table's... potatoes, mashed potatoes. Asparagus. I'll see you later. That's it. Staring at the menu. I'm like... And this is like, you know, you go to a high-end place, there's like 4 things on the menu. They're like, fuck you. We go to Gino's. I've never seen a more extensive menu. I'm like, how are they preparing all this food? This must take... they must come here at like, I don't know, midnight to prepare for the next day. There's a million different recipes. Chicken recipes are like 1 sheet long, and this is like I don't know, the National Geographic fucking menu. It's like the I don't know, the New York Times. You go there, it's 4 things on the menu. It's like, pick something. Anyway, we ordered our food. We're having some laughs. We're having some drinks. I'm Jack and Cokes flowing. I'm saying these are like $30 Jack and Cokes. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Keep them rolling. I'm fucking hammered. I got to be honest with you. I drank before I went out. That's right, because I had to wait for my wife to get ready. So anytime I wait for my wife to get ready, I just head right for the Jack Daniels. Oh, yeah. You know how you get mad at your wife because she's taking too long? Just go right for the Jack Daniels. That's it. Just start drinking yourself into oblivion. And all that like anger and frustration goes away. It's like, this is the way to live. Honestly, it's either the alcohol. Sure, the alcohol is going to kill you. It's poison, right? But so's the aggravation and the stress and the frustration. So it's like, which one? Pick one. I might as well have a good time while I'm dying. Sit down there and guy brings out my T-bone. I mean, I get out my knife. I cut off the end, like the fatty part, the fatty, crispy part. I put it in my mouth and I'm like, all right, we're going on a ride. This is basically like it's like a roller coaster. You strap yourself in. I was like, all right, this is serious business. One taste of the steak, whether the night's going to be like awesome or like, I don't know. I got to make it through this. I eat the steak and I'm like, it's go time. The steak is dynamite. She gets her dish. She starts picking through it and like takes a bite of it. She's like, I don't like it. Give me half of your steak. I'm like, wow, what? Like, I went into a tailspin. Like my whole world came crashing down. I said, listen. I said, forget this. I said, you don't want it? Don't eat it. I said, we'll order you a separate steak. I'll order you whatever you want. Anything but this one. You understand? What are you talking about? And she takes her plate of food, her steak, and she throws it on top of my plate. Like on top of my mashed potatoes, all over my asparagus. And she had there was like a pesto sauce on it. The pesto sauce got on my steak. I took the plate. I was just like... I pushed it away from me, and it was silence the rest of the night. Great birthday. Callahan here? Reporting for duty. All right. I tell you, if this wasn't sent by a viewer, it's on its way. Trust me. Just like that. I mean, I don't know. We're not skinning for crimes, so. Yeah, so. And I went to work the next day. On my birthday. That's always great. And I see Dave over there. He comes up to me. He tells me he's going to brag to me about the speakers that he got. Okay, I'm already not having it. I'm hungover. I've been fighting with my wife. So basically, whatever set of speakers he tells me is going to be just like garbage. He comes up to me. I got these speakers for my... Number one, he's got a Pioneer... Like, I told him about my vintage Pioneer receiver, trying to see if he's like... If he knows anything about old audio, because he's old. He's like, I got a Pioneer too. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, it's like a surround sound thing from 2005. So I'm already like trying to tune him out. Now he thinks we're like, I don't know, we're like bonded at the hip. It's a surround sound setup that he's putting way too many speakers into. It's 100 watts per channel. I said, whatever. So he comes up to me. I got a pair of speakers for it. And I said, oh yeah, what brand? He goes, they're Sony speakers. I said, Dave, throw them in a dumpster. And I walked away. And I felt the wind of like a punch thrown at me as I walked away. I'm not kidding you. I felt the wind on my neck. I think he threw a punch at me. Anyway, then it was his mission to convert me to Sony for the rest of the morning. And I just was not having it. I wouldn't look him in the eye. I'd turn my head away. I'd say, Dave, get rid of them. They're garbage. Dave, I used to think you knew about audio, and now I'm very disappointed in you. This type of thing. And then what he does is he charges me. He goes like this. What are you talking about? Sony's good stuff. You know what? You don't know anything about radios, and he charges me. He goes like what are you gonna do, guy? Like what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna jump out of the way? You're charging me. This is primal Rita falling on the floor. This is like primal stuff. I'm like, it's 2021. There's no more charging. This isn't Gorillas in the Mist. What are you going to beat on your chest next? I said, this is ridiculous. People I got to deal with. So I'm just like, get a different pair of speakers, Dave. Then you'll see the error of your ways. This type of thing. And he's yelling and he's cursing. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know. And I'm like, yeah, I do, Dave. And those speakers aren't any good. So, I mean, guys, what do you want me to tell you? Listen. So then naturally, they scheduled my grandmother's funeral on my birthday. Yes, thank you. Thank you, funeral planners. So, that was, what are you going to do? What am I going to complain? What kind of scumbag will I look like? What I got to stand up in front of everybody at the funeral? Like, hey guys, who's responsible for planning this funeral on my birthday? What are you going to do? You're going to complain to somebody? You look like, I don't know, biggest asshole alive? I'll pass. So I roll with it, What are you going to do? So, went to the service there, and they had this guy, pastor or something like that, I don't know who they get, to come up, and it's kind of weird because he's not really part of the family, but he talks about my grandmother like he really knew her. And I'm like, that's interesting. But the guy was so sincere. He was such a gentle-hearted man. If anybody should be in a church, it was this guy. And he was just like, this is such a loss, and she lived such a great life, and she cared about her children, and this great parent, great woman, this type of thing. And the guy was so gentle, and he was so soft-spoken, and then he would say things about from scripture and stuff like this, and it's nice. It's nice. But I couldn't help but think to myself, when this guy stubs his toe, I want to be there when he stubs his toe, and he's like, God damn it! Like, motherfuck! That's all I could think about. When does this guy lose it? Does he ever? I mean, maybe getting a question wrong while he's watching Jeopardy. God effing damn it! Listen, my mother is a saint walking on planet Earth. You have no idea. When she stubs her toe, you get a hearty shit out of it. Oh yeah, she goes, shit! Oh shit! And you're like, oh! It's like, Ma! I might have heard my mother say like 5 shits in a life. That's being generous. 3 shits. That's all. So anyway, yeah. So we had that. That was nice. I love it. Before the funeral, you know, I get home from work, I'm getting ready. I pour myself a drink. My wife's like, "Hey, you're drinking before a funeral?" And I was like, "It's my birthday! For God's sake!" Like, could you imagine, like, there's no better time to drink before a funeral. Seriously, honestly. Come on. It's a celebration, let's face it. The woman lived till 97 years old. This is unbelievable. There shouldn't be a tear in anybody's eye. It's a wonderful celebration of somebody's life. You know, their funeral. If I make it to 97, oh my God, I don't want to see anybody crying. That's how I would feel. I knew that's how she would feel. So that's it. I did cry, though, a little bit. Yeah. It's tough. It is tough. I got to be honest with you. Did I have the closest relationship with my grandmother? Not really. You know, I saw her, you know, basically on holidays, to be honest with you. But still, you know, it's like you think of the memories and whatnot, and sad. I know. Anyhow. So I'm like, oh my, you know what's funny? After my grandmother died, you know, my reaction was, okay, she's 97, you know, and she was on her way out, right? So my reaction was like, you know, like this. But and then I was working on the car. This is like 2 days later. And I'm taking the oil pan down. Yeah, that episode's coming up. And I just started, like, out of nowhere, I just started bawling, crying. It, like, hit me. You know, I don't know why. Maybe because I was doing the oil pan. No. But, yeah, all of a sudden it just hit me, and, like, this rush of, like, a nostalgia feeling and, you know, thinking about her and whatnot. And it's funny how that can creep up on you, you know? And it was just like uncontrollable. I said, Jesus Christ, maybe I'm a human being after all. Maybe I'm not a robot. Guys, all right. So, you know, me and my wife, we had this big fight. You know, this was before my birthday. It was the weekend of my birthday. So my birthday was on Sunday. I come home from work Sunday and she hands me a package, a gift. And what time is it? How far are we in? Okay, good. We got time. And it's this right here. And guys, I got to tell you, I was so excited because I've been blabbering to her. This Iron Maiden album right here, I'm going to tell you right now. When I first listened to it, I hated it. I really hated it. I didn't like the way it was recorded. I didn't like the way Bruce sounded. He's old, guys. He's in his 60s. And I fucking hated it. I don't know what to tell you. But let me tell you something right now. I started listening to this album, and it took me about 20 listens. And at one point, I'm like, if I got to listen to this album 20 times to get something out of it, it's not a good album. But I'm here to tell you right now, this album is a masterpiece. Guys, this album is a masterpiece. And the thing is, you can't be lazy with it. It's almost like a video game. You have to play it. Like, it's like Metroid. You could easily have picked up Metroid and put it down back in the day. Or like my son does. But if you stick with it, you realize how incredibly epic it is. That is this album right here, Senjutsu. Senjutsu, am I saying that wrong? Senjutsu? What am I? You know, anyhow, the album, Iron Maiden. What you need to understand something. I listened to the album so much. I said I gotta have this on. I was gonna get it on vinyl. I gotta give Iron Maiden their money for this one, because you listen to it on YouTube and all of a sudden like commercials break out and whatnot. And you're like, oh shit! It's like a real poignant part of the song, and then it's like, do you need a ball shaving trimmer? Like anyhow, Iron Maiden was gonna get their money from me for this work of art right here. And that's exactly what it is. It's a work of art. I'm a fanboy of Iron Maiden. I'll be the first one to tell you. But Iron Maiden lost me kind of after Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. A little dip into Holy Smoke, right? And then Fear of the Dark, I was gone by then. I was gone. They scared me away. And then Virtual X, I mean, this type of thing. Then Blaze Bayley, I'm really out. I'm really out. But then they drew me back in with A Brave New World. A little bit. But after Brave New World, I went to Dance of the Dead? I was out again. And then I didn't even try anything else. I heard a few songs from Book of Souls now. So what I want to do is I want to go Iron Maiden and work in reverse. Instead of going from beginning to now, I'm going to start working in reverse. I think I'm going to listen to this and go backwards. And I'm going to tell you something right now. My favorite songs on this album kept shifting until it honed. At first, I liked Lost in a Lost World. Oh my God, the ending of Lost in a Lost World, where Bruce Dickinson is kind of singing really tender. You really get an idea what a fantastic singer he really is. It was like a moment an Iron Maiden never had. And for some reason, I really liked that. And then I liked The Parchment. Then The Parchment was my favorite song. It's fucking incredible. And then Hell on Earth became my favorite song. Hell on Earth is the last song on the album. I swear to God, if it's the last song Iron Maiden ever does, it'll be the most appropriate song ever. Ever. It is such a killer song. Hell on Earth. Then I went to what is it called? Fuck me. Dead. Fuck. Here we go. Oh, Darkest Hour. Then I went to Darkest Hour. Then I hated the Death of Celts. Now I love the Death of Celts. This has been such a whirlwind ride. Oh my God, Darkest Hour. And guys, I got to tell you something right now. What Bruce does with his voice is amazing. Amazing. Didn't he have a bout with cancer? Wasn't it like voice cancer? Can we get down to brass tacks here? Oh, he had throat cancer. I don't know what kind of cancer he had. So he comes back to belt this one out. Then we got a battle going on this album. This album goes so deep. It's Steve Harris and Bruce and Adrian Smith fighting to dominate this album. I know this is what's going on in Iron Maiden, because let's face it, Adrian Smith left the band because he wasn't getting enough creative control. Wasn't that what happened? I don't know. But Adrian Smith is basically, they were so worn out after the World Slavery Tour that Adrian Smith basically put together Somewhere in Time. Am I wrong on that one? It was kind of like Steve Harris was all burnt out. The whole band was burnt out, but Adrian Smith kind of pulled Somewhere in Time together, which was the most incredible, probably Iron Maiden album of all time. It might be. So then I think Adrian wanted more control or something like that, and then he wound up leaving the band after that, right? I don't know. But on this one, you have Adrian Smith, Bruce going to town, writing songs, and you have Steve Harris and I almost shifted between the two teams. At first I was on the Bruce and Adrian side, because, Writing on the Wall, the guitar solo, Adrian Smith's guitar solo in Writing on the Wall, it's right there with Stranger in a Strange Land. It's right there with Power Slave, as far as Iron Maiden guitar solos go, it's absolutely incredible. The guitar work on this album, Darkest Hour, the guitar work is off the charts. I'm here to tell you right now. It's incredible. Hell on Earth, Darkest Hour. This Janet Gers, I don't know what kind of order. Dave Murray, Janet Gers, Adrian Smith should be commended for this production. Nico McBrain, listen, I love the man to death. I love him. I've been there since Peace of Mind. Literally, day one, Peace of Mind. Okay? I understand he's not the greatest drummer of all time. But he keeps it together. He keeps it together. And actually has one of his best fills on I think that I've ever heard from him on Darkest Hour. So that's great. Listen, I know everybody complains about Nico McBrain. It's like same beat, same beat, same beat. It's the Iron Maiden sound buddies. And they have to perform such an incredible amount and library of songs. I can't blame him when he goes live on stage. He's like, what? I can't reinvent the wheel behind this drum set for every song. I'm not going to remember it when I go out on stage. It's the truth. So he's got to hang back and do the AC/DC thing, right? He's got to, come on. It's Nico. It's his sound. It's great. The ride in the air like this. Oh my God. Freedom. Ding, 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 ding. Death of the Celts. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. So Steve Harris, ripped the cover off the ball on this album as far as I'm concerned, and I didn't realize that at first. I don't know how a lot of people feel about this album, and I'm not even going for the big hits. Senjutsu, the opener, the intro, you could have took that right off the album. Because to me, that's not even a real song. I know. I'm going to get hell for that one. Fucking Stratego? Stratego can go. To me, that was fan service. I really think they did that to prove that they're still hard. Or it did, like they even have to prove that. Like they still got it. So that one can get off the album. So the album, you kind of settle into it. Writing on the Wall, it's a good song. It's not really, it's more of like a southern twang kind of song, which I dig. I dig that they went that direction, but they didn't have to. They really didn't have to. But it's a good song. You listen to it a couple times, it's a good song. And Adrian Smith's solo is just like worth the price of this whole fucking album alone. It's so simple. It's just perfect. Anyhow, do you think they spared any expense on this album? No. It's glossy. I mean, the thing weighs like the lactic acid in my shoulder right now from holding it in the air. Guys, this motherfucking album is like triple fold. The artwork, I dig it. It's a little dark. Overall dark. Like I like to see all the detail in Eddie. It's good. Was it Riggs? Did Riggs do it? I'm not. If it's not Riggs, I'm not happy. I know I'm a purist like that. I want Riggs working. Why would you change that formula? Iron Maiden needs to realize they're so iconic because of Derek Riggs. It's the artwork had a big reason for their success. Could you imagine if it was like I don't know, if Number of the Beast had like I don't know, like a fruit bowl on the front cover? It just, you saw that album cover, you're like, I have to buy it. That's why I bought it. My first Iron Maiden album. I never heard them before. I said, I'm taking that one. If the music sucks, I can at least have a nice piece of artwork. This trifold, everything about it. Three albums. We're talking 180 grain. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the fact that I got it this time of year, during my birthday, during my grandmother's death, it's just the memories, wonderful memories. I've woven this album in with my memories of this time, this beautiful time of year, the German Fest, Oktoberfest, my son, during this time of year. He just kicked 3 goals in soccer. I'll remember that, you know, like this. Like 3 goals. That did nothing the first 2 games. And all of a sudden, he's like, I don't know, Maradona. Out of nowhere. And I hate being that braggadocious parent, but fucking A. 3 goals? I mean, if he does nothing else the rest of his life, we got that, right? It's like Polk High. He's going to be like Al Bundy. He's going to drive a Duster and tell everybody about the 3 goals that he got when he was 6 years old. Fucking A. Fucking A. Then I go to my parents and my mother. Look at what my mother gets me for my birthday. You have no idea. Listen, all you guys with fathers out there, all right? I encourage you to go to your father and have a beer with your father, all right? I love going to my father's house and having beers with my father now. It's one of my favorite things to do. There's nothing better. It's like you get away from the wife. I go over there. I see my mother. I see my father. We have a couple beers. We have a couple laughs. We talk about what's going on. Appreciate your parents. Go visit your parents. They want to see you. They got nothing else going on. They really don't. No, I'm kidding. Look at this. My mother hands me a box. I open it up. My jaw hit the ground. This is the greatest gift I've ever received. This is real deal lederhosen, guys. Now, I wish you could be here right now to smell these things. They're made out of like leather. This is like a Carhartt jacket multiplied by 10. This will last you your entire life. I want to be buried in these. You understand? That's right. With my like varicose veins, legs. What do they do if they're going to bury you in lederhosen? Could you imagine if I'm like 90 something years old? What do the legs look like at that point? I mean, they look like 2 veins. They're just 2 blue veins with toenails. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. We got lederhosen here. I can't wait till the next German. I can't wait till tomorrow so I can walk my dog in the neighborhood with them on. I'm not playing with you. I'm gonna turn my regular outfit into lederhosen. And who's gonna stop me? At this age, nobody. Buddies, look at the craftsmanship. It's got a back pocket. Oh my God. Look at that. It's got a back pocket for your hammer dulcimer. What, are you kidding me? Look at this. They tie in the back. Who's tying? Oh my God. You could put hooks on this and with 2 tractor trailers, you couldn't rip that material. This is leather, baby. Oh yeah. It's got the thing that goes across the chest. What, are you kidding me? With a crest on it? What, are you kidding me? You have no idea. Look out. Listen, fair warning to the German Fest and Oktoberfest in Lindenhurst next year. I'm coming. I'm going to light that place up like a candle. Hey, oh please, if I was single, hitting the German Fest now with lederhosen on, forget about it. But I'm not. So there you go. Guys, how far are we in here? We're an hour in. All right, we'll get to one more thing. I don't know. Somebody sent me a letter. Let's open it up. This is coming from Chris, Indiana. From Indiana. So we'll open this buddy up right here. See this? I knew it. Look at how amazing you guys are. I hear somebody's having a birthday. Now start blowing. Woo! Happy 45th, Jesse. Look at this. Can you believe it already? I'm a lucky guy. I am a lucky guy. Who's on the fucking cake? Oh my God, is that Nicolas Cage on the cake? And it's the Patriots logo on the cake. Look at this guy. I'm going to have t-shirts made. I'd rather be sucking off Tom Brady. How about that? Well, did we have a problem with NFL licensing? Bithead 1000. I'd rather be sucking off Tom Brady. Those are the new t-shirts. They're coming. Guys, that's it. I'm done. I'm shot. I'm shot. Do you realize you just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization? And you better believe that. With the 4K face! We'll see you next time. Animals. Go to Patreon right now. You have no idea what you're missing. 30 episodes in of the Advices program. The Advices program, by far the most entertaining show we do. Every episode, we're talking 45 minutes. These are not thrown together haphazardly. This is the real deal. People call in. They don't call in, they write in. They use the email address below, and they have big problems. I tell you, some of these problems I read, I'm like, oh, geez. Looks like I'm living the good life. No, listen. They write in, they have big problems, and we give them great advices. Just like this. No, I'm a scumbag asshole. Yeah. I've been with my wife for about 10 years. I'm ready to put my mouth on the gas pipe. The wife is never horny. How could you figure out your wife's fantasy? See, like, my wife's fantasy is like me cleaning the bathroom. That's never gonna happen, so I just cancel that one out. I know. What's that? You want to teabag a blender? I don't blame you one bit. Guys, if you have a problem, any kind of problem, I don't know what's going on, you know, your dog's giving you a hard time. Sometimes they do that. Fleas. We have the remedy. We have the solution. Email me your problems. That's it. And we'll solve them. Just like. And then you go on to live like the most incredible life ever. You didn't know? Oh, it's true. Don't ask. All right, guys. Thank you to all the Patreons. I'm extremely grateful, especially now with the climate of YouTube the way it is, demonetizing my videos for bad language and adult content. Well, guess what? We're adults here. That's my audience, are adults. The rest of you are children. So I'm so very grateful for the Patreons. They really keep this show on the road at this point. So, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.